Monopoly. If there's one thing that getting our souls crushed by Dad time and time and time again, and Monopoly taught us, it's that it's way better to own property than to rent property from Dad or anyone else. And that really applies in real life, and I'm going to show you how using this board. So here we go. Here's you. You're maybe fresh out of college, just starting a professional career. There you are. There's your college kid car. Let's say that you have a girlfriend, and after looking at your car and thinking twice, she decides to marry you. So there you go. Your family's started. You have some life savings right there that left over from college. And so you're looking and saying, okay, what should we do? Should we rent a property? Should we buy? Because that's kind of your two options. And you look around and you see that all the big shots in life own property. It's kind of their thing. So we got Darth here and Palps and Yoda. And you're like, wow, they all seem very financially secure, financially free. They're loving life. They're living well. And then you're like, okay, well, but buying a house is expensive. I have to put down a down payment for that. And that could be tens of thousands of dollars, probably. Depends on the loan you get, and we'll go into that in another video. But let's say you have to put down tens of thousands of dollars to make a down payment. So you're like, well, we could just rent and pay a monthly payment each month instead. Instead of paying a down payment and then paying a monthly payment, which is pretty similar. Actually, a mortgage payment, which is what the one where you own a home is called, that's actually slightly less than a rent payment is right now for the national average. But let's say that you decide to rent. So you move into Palps' place and you're paying him $1,500 a month, let's say. Okay, so that's all going to the basket. Nothing building for you there. You just get a place to live for another month. And that's your option with renting. Or you could take these life savings and instead of draining them slowly away, you could instead, using me as your realtor, obviously, buy a home right there. Okay, so there's your down payment. That's what you got. You're continuing to work. You move in with you and your wife, nice little home, park your college kid car, and get a dog. All right, so there you are. And you're living there for a while, and you're like, okay, we're working, we're building up some money, and typically about every 7 years, people will move, whether it's job-related or whatever, you'll move. All right, so let's say that, again, using me as your realtor, you buy a house over here. So you upgrade a little bit. It's a little nicer, and so you move over here, okay, with your wife and your dog or your husband or, whichever one you are, boy or girl. So there you are. Car's coming over here too. Haven't got rid of that yet. And now you have 2 mortgage payments to pay off because in addition to owning this home and paying the mortgage payment on that, let's say that it's, $1,200 a month. You still have this $1,000 a month payment over here to make. So instead of making that by yourself and letting that sit there, you decide to rent it out to C3PO and R2D2 because there's always renters in the market. So you rent it out to them. And instead of you paying that out of your pocket, it's $1,000 a month out of your pocket for that mortgage, but you charge them $1,100. So $1,100 every single month comes from them to you, and then $1,000 of that goes to the bank, right, to start paying off that mortgage. But then $100 goes in your pocket, okay, right here. So that's in your pocket every month. That's called passive income. It comes in every month, no problem, all right? Then after a few years, you decide to move again because that's what people do. And then using me as your realtor, you buy a house right there. Pink Properties, we're upgrading a little bit. Still have our college kid car though, but that's okay. We're making peace with that. All right, it's a Toyota, it runs, it's fine. So over here, you decide to rent it out to another college kid. And he is paying you, instead of the $1,200 a month that you owe for this mortgage, right? You're charging him $1,400 a month, all right? So now he's paying you $1,400 a month. You're having to pay $1,200 of that to the bank, all right? But you get to keep that $200, and that's piling up now because you got here paying you $100, here paying you $200 every month. That's $300 of what's called cash flow, passive income, whatever you've learned, but it's here, and it's coming in every month, all right? Now you're feeling a little bit richer. So you're like, okay, we're going to get rid of the college kid car, and we're instead going to buy a beautiful Chevy wagon. That's a 56, for those of you who care. Anyway, so you buy the wagon, and you're living life, it's getting pretty good. You're starting to build wealth, and you can see, oh, we're so glad we bought this little crummy house down here because now it's turned into all of this. Then you decide to move again, using me as your realtor. So you buy the orange house. And you move with your dog and your wife and your car that you've just gotten over here. And then you rented out this one out, the pink ones, to a couple stormtroopers, and they're paying you $1,500 a month in rent, all right? And it costs you, let's say it costs you, I don't know, $1,200 a month for the down payment on the mortgage, or the mortgage payment that you're making is $1,200, okay? So that's all coming from them to you. You're paying $1,200 to the bank, and then $300 goes to you. So now you've turned that into $600 of passive income monthly. And that just continues to build. And of course, we're working with smaller numbers than real life here, but $600 of passive income monthly. Let's say that you decide to upgrade with your family for the final move, and you're at the red properties now, and using me as your realtor, of course, you buy a red house. There it is. So you have that. And you have the orange house, and you rent it out to Boba Fett, because who else would you know, anyway, whatever. He's the last character I have. So you rent it out to him, and he's now paying you, it's a $2,000, let's say, that you're charging $2,000 for rent. You only have to pay in $15,000 of the bank, $1,500. So that goes to the bank, and then you get all that. So that's $1,100 of passive income coming in, all right? So that's just kind of, that's like short-term, your working career. Retirement age, these are going to start to get paid off. And so, you know, let's say maybe when you're 40, 50, this one's done. This one's off. And so now, instead of having a mortgage payment here, when they pay you that $1,100, you're not having to put $1,000 of that to the bank. You're keeping all that. Boom. Right in your pile of cash. That's called passive income, cash flow again, and it's just stacking up. So you're getting all that every month. $1,100 more bucks, all right? And then Luke over here continues to rent for a long period of time, or somebody does, who knows? Maybe a more mature Luke from Star Wars Episode 6 or something. But he keeps renting, all right? And that gets paid off. And now, instead of $1,200 going to the bank, and you only keeping a small amount, it's all coming to you. Boom. I think we said $1,300. So anyways, $1,300. But it's all coming in. And then it just continues to snowball and snowball. And then you get tons of money every month, you know, that's all coming in just passively. You're not having to do anything for that except maybe hire a property manager and some people to fix when the rentals have damages, all right? But it's not that hard, and that's the investment model that we're talking about here. And now you are so rich that you decide to buy a beautiful 55 convertible, a Bel Air, probably, hopefully. Chevy Bel Air, convertible, canvas top, because you're that rich. All right, along with your wagon. And so here's the thing, guys. I'm a realtor. It's what I love to do is to serve my friends and show you guys these things. I hope this is helpful to y'all. Hope you subscribe to the channel and follow me. Interact with me on the social media. I love to get in conversations and answer questions. And here's the thing. When you become my client, you're not just another transaction. You guys are a relationship that I want to build. Preferably, you'd already be my friend. I love that. But if you guys are new even, you will become a friend and a relationship that I will strive to build and take care of more than anything else. All right? So call me up if you have any questions. I really would love to help you guys. I want you guys to be able to have this at your retirement age instead of struggling to pay rent or getting a late start on the ball. So let's get this rolling. Super excited to have started this channel, guys. I hope you'll follow and keep up for more.